Hello everyone, this is Ron. He's the owner of Addy's Games. We are going to play Warcry, and he's going to teach me how to do it. So, all right, hit it.
So, the first thing is you design the scenario. So, you have 4 card decks, and you randomly draw from the card decks each piece of the scenario. Okay. The first piece is the terrain setup.
And that's how we got it set up here?
That's how it's set up here.
Okay.
So these specific terrain pieces are set up just like they are in the pictures.
Gotcha.
Then we have the deployment.
Okay.
This tells you how we're going to place our models on the board.
Let me turn this on. Get better at it. Sorry, guys. All right.
Then we have the victory condition. The victory condition is blood marked. So the first combat turn of the game, you and I will each pick a model from our forces that are on the board. And if that model dies, the game is over and whoever killed them wins.
Okay.
And then grudge match. Whenever our guys fight and we're not using missile weapons, we add 1 to our strength.
Okay.
Because we fought before and we have a particular grudge against each other.
Okay.
So that's the scenario.
All right. So here's my little group of using the Urks. I have no idea what these numbers mean, but we're going to figure it all out.
We're going to go through it.
All right, and then here's his cool cats. He's doing the Cypher Lords. Really cool models. Good job, Games Workshop.
Alright, so let me run you through the anatomy of a card.
Okay.
So, the card, if you see in this circle, the first number here with the arrow, that's how many inches you can move.
Okay, so if it says 3, we're 3 inches.
Yep. This is your toughness.
Okay, so
5 in this case. And the number here is the number of wounds you can take, so 25 on this guy.
Okay.
This is his points cost. This icon relates to a special ability. So only this guy can use that icon.
Okay.
This is his weapon. So if you're looking at it, it's his hand-to-hand weapon. It's got a range of 1 inch. It rolls 4 dice. It's a strength of 4. On a regular hit, it does 2 damage, and on a critical hit, it does 4 damage.
Okay.
So combat's super easy. All you do is you roll your dice again, and you compare your strength versus your opponent's toughness.
Okay.
And it's typical Games Workshop. So if you're even, you need 4s to hit. If you're stronger than his toughness, you need 3s to hit. And if he's
weaker,
toughness,
5s
to hit.
Gotcha.
So those are what you need to hit. And if you roll 6s, not only do you hit, but you do a crit. You do a critical hit.
Oh, okay.
So each 6 is a critical hit.
Sounds good.
Alright. Then there's the points cost of the guy. So that's the anatomy of a card. Alright. So now in the beginning of the game, you deployment, every scenario splits your guys up.
Okay.
Because you're basically moving through this wasteland. You're not all together all the time.
Gotcha.
So you have to pick 3 guys, and those 3 guys are called your shield.
Okay.
At least 3. You can have more than 3 if you have a lot of models.
Does there have to be a leader in there, or does it matter?
No.
Or? All right, so I'm just going to make it easy and say these 3 here are my shield.
Okay. These 3 are my shield.
Okay.
Then you have to pick a hammer and a dagger.
Okay.
Any number of guys on those.
Any number of guys on this. Okay, this will be my
dagger, that's my hammer.
This will be my hammer, these 2 guys. And then that will be my dagger. All right.
So now, I'm going to go ahead and set up. So this first turn, because we don't know who's who, we're going to have a priority roll. So each is going to roll 1 die.
1 dice.
I got a 6.
I got a 5.
Okay. I'll go ahead and be red, since it's on my side here. It's just easier.
Okay, and I'll be blue. Is that blue?
Blue, yeah.
Okay. Colorblind doesn't help.
Now, here is my measuring tape. So this says my shield starts on the board, 6 inches in from the center line.
Gotcha.
That's a point. And then 3 inches off that point, that's where my guys can be.
Okay.
So,
measuring with his handy dandy trusty
6 inches there. So I'm going to sit him slightly back. This guy will be here, and then the other guy will be next to him. There's my shield.
All right.
You get to set up your shield.
Can I borrow your little handy dandy? 6 inches from the same, this middle line right here, right?
Yeah.
That's correct? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right there. And it's 3 inches from that?
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
there. There. And there. Okay.
All right. Now, the way that a turn works is the very first thing that we do is we're going to roll 6 dice.
Okay. Does it matter what kind of dice? Can I roll?
6 dice.
6?
No, it doesn't
Okay.
matter. I mean, they're all D6. Just roll 6 dice.
Rolling 6 dice. All right.
All right. So now, you got double 6s. Wow. Quadruple.
2 6s and 3.
That's a good roll.
3.
Okay, so I got a double here, and a double here. I got a triple here, and a double, and a single.
Okay.
Okay, so doubles, triples, and quads you're going to use to power your abilities throughout the turn. Singles tell you who gets to go first in the
All right,
turn.
so I got no singles, so you're going to go first.
I'm going to go first. Maybe. So now, here's where it gets interesting. Every turn, you get a wild die.
All right, wild die.
The wild die,
Wild die.
you can only add 1 wild die to any combination.
Okay.
You could add a wild die down here to give yourself a 2 initiative.
Right, or I can add one to give me a 1, and then we roll off, since you have one?
If I didn't put 1 down here, yes.
Okay.
And since I have a 1 and you have a 0, I have to allocate my wild die first.
Okay.
But I could also use it to get a quad 1
Gotcha.
or a triple 4,
Gotcha.
as well as a 2.
Because you left these here the other night.
Okay? We'll re-roll. This is just for demonstration of how we do this.
Okay.
Okay? So, now, when it's your activation, your initiative, you pick a model,
Uh-huh.
and that model has 2
What is our Realmgate feature, sure?
activations.
Okay.
In each activation, you can do one of several things. You can move, which is your move in inches. You can attack. You can wait. And you can basically fall back out of hand.
Okay. So the wait will... When do I get to activate after the wait?
Wait's a little complicated, so let me go through them in order.
Okay.
So first is move.
Right.
So when you move, you can move across a flat surface, number of inches equal to your move.
Right.
You can jump from platform to platform if you want. Okay? You can jump as far as you can move.
Okay,
So if you move 5, you can jump 5.
Okay.
All right. If you want to get up here, you have to climb.
Okay, so if it's 3 inches up,
3 inches of
you
move.
got to be at the base of it
Yeah.
to get to the top.
And it costs you 3 inches from the base, and then however many inches you move over the platform.
Okay.
Now you may ask yourself, well, I have an orc and he only moves 3 inches, so I'll never be able to make it to the top. And that would be true if you only did 1 movement action, but you have 2 actions.
So you could...
So you move, and then you can make it.
Right.
But you can't do anything else if you move. Your base has to be, the middle of your base has to be within an inch of the center of the platform. So basically, if your base is completely on the platform, you'll be in that zone.
Okay.
These are not platforms. These are just spars. You can't stand on these.
What? You should be able to stand on those.
Can't.
I can understand the big guys not
You
doing
may
it.
not. The rules say no. So, platforms only.
No means no.
Now, if you climb up, you gotta climb down. Unless you want to risk it and jump. If you jump, you can move as far as you can normally move. So if I got a 5 move, I can jump 5.
Oh!
But if I do that, I have to roll. And if I roll if I jump, I roll, and if I roll a 4 or a 5, I take 1 point of damage. And if I roll a 6, I take 3 points of damage from the fall.
So you better be
1, 2, or
Leroy
3.
Jenkins.
Yeah, 1, 2, or 3, you're okay. Now, these spiky things. If at any time you fall,
So these spiky things here?
if at any time you fall off of a platform within an inch of those spiky things, then you have to make 2 jump rolls because it makes it extra dangerous.
Right.
Now, jumping this way off of platform is still technically a fall. So if I jumped and landed within an inch of that thing, I'd have to roll two rolls to see if I damage myself. All right. How else can you fall? You can fall if you move partially up a wall and you don't have enough move to finish your move. I don't know why you would do that, because you can pre-measure and everything, but it could happen, I guess. You can fall if you're on a platform and you take a critical hit. You have to roll, and on a 1, you fall. Your opponent gets to pick which side of the platform you fall off of and gets to place.
That's how you knock them off?
That's how you knock them off.
Okay.
So, of course, if there was spiky over here and not spiky over there,
I would choose to knock you into the spikies, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Alrighty, this is going to get naughty.
All right, so that's when you're moving, anything that's basically an inch high or less, you can move over, and it doesn't affect your move.
Okay.
More than an inch high, you can't move over it.
So this one I can move over pretty okay.
Yeah.
But
this one, not so much.
Not so much, because it's got spiky bits and it's high. Got it.
Let's see. What else for movement? That's it. That's pretty much. Oh, doors. So that one in the middle is a door over there.
Right. And then there's one right there.
There's these arches too.
Yeah, and there's a door right there too.
And there's a door over here. Yeah. So doors and arches count the same. You have to be touching the door or the arch in order to move through it.
Okay. What if it's locked like these guys?
It takes a move action, and you can get through it. But you have to be touching it. So if you're not touching it, you got to move up to it and touch it, and then move through it. Beasts can't go through doors; they can only go through arches. It doesn't matter if your base size is too big for the arch; you can squeeze through.
Okay.
Same for the door if you're an orc and you're going through a door. I think that's it for movement. So then we go to attacks. So attacks, I told you about how you just look at your card and see how many attacks you have. So like this guy right here has 5 attacks at strength 4.
Right, this right here number here is the
5 dice at strength 4.
And that's the strength right there.
And if I roll 6s, I do 6 damage.
Do 6 damage.
So he's a heavy hitter.
Yep. It's because he's got a fan.
And a 3rd arm.
It doesn't have to do with the smoking grenades he has. It's all about that fan.
And then you could attack twice if you wanted to. If you were like right up next to somebody. If you're not within your range of your weapon, you have to move up and then attack.
So that would be 2 actions.
Yeah.
Okay. So first action would be the move. Second action would be the attack.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty
If you're
simple.
standing right next to somebody and you're within range, you could attack twice if you wanted to.
I feel Games Workshop cleaning out my pockets again.
Now,
I will be buying some stuff.
here's the next action, disengaging. So if you're within an inch of an enemy, you're engaged.
Okay.
Now some guys like these guys with those pull weapons, they have a 2-inch range. There's even guys like whips that have a 3-inch range.
Oh, so you can be out and they can't hit you, but you can hit them.
Right, which means they're going to have to. It's cool because that means I can stand next to them 2 inches and strike twice, but they'd have to use one of their actions to get to within an inch of me, so they can strike just once. So it's an advantage.
Right.
Also, you're not engaged with somebody if you're not within an inch of them. So my pole arm guys are not engaged within 2 inches, so I could move away normally. But let's say I was within an inch and I wanted to disengage. If I do that, you only get 3 inches of movement for that action, and you have to end your move outside of an inch of any enemy fighters. If you can't do that, you can't engage. You can't
It's like you're surrounded.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the last thing is the weight action. So if you take a weight so why would you want to take a weight action? If the other guy has a lion, let's say, and you're 8 inches away from the lion, it may be that you have to use both movement actions to get to the lion, and you wouldn't get an attack then.
Right.
And then the lion would turn around and attack you twice, and that would suck.
Yeah, it would suck a lot.
So what you can do is you can say, I'm going to wait for my first action, my first activation. That ends that guy's turn, but you put a weight token next to him, and then on another activation you can activate him again, and he can attack. So he could just wait. The lion moves and attacks him, and if he survives the lion's attack, he can activate and attack the lion.
Okay.
Another reason why people might use a weight action as their first activation is if they want to use 2 special abilities on one model. Because the only way you can do that is if you wait. Because you can only use an ability once per activation. Right? So if you do that, that's like saying he's got 2 activations, so he can use 2 special abilities. That's the only reason. Now, if you wait on your second action, then that's just like passive.
Gotcha.
You won't get another activation after that. And that's it. That's all the actions.
All right.
Yeah, that's it. So we should just get started.
Okay.